Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was released in 2019 and is the second film I'm looking at in my For the Love of Films theme for the month of May. Set amongst the backdrop of the 1969 film industry, a former TV star and his stunt double try their best to maintain relevance before fading into obscurity. I have very mixed feelings about this one. For starters, for being 2 hours and 40-ish minutes, this film flies by. I had to pause at one point, and out of curiosity, I just decided to see what the timestamp was, and I was at an hour and 21 minutes. I could have swore I was at 45, 50 minutes. That's the thing I love about a Tarantino film. He manages to suck you into whatever's going on. However, once the movie's over and I start reflecting on things, I can't help but wonder, what was the point? I honestly feel like I watched a nearly 3-hour movie where nothing happened. The characters really don't have any arc that they go through aside from Rick Dalton, which is DiCaprio's character. Margot Robbie stars as real-life actor Sharon Tate, but I feel like she's only got about 10 lines of dialogue in this whole thing. I feel Tate is mainly included in this to help set up what the timeline is, and if you know what happened to Sharon Tate in real life, it helps explain the context a bit better. And that, to me, is what this film is. It's Tarantino's big, not an in-joke, but it's more like a 3-hour if you know, you know. I knew about half, so I got about half the experience. However, this isn't my least favorite Tarantino film, but it's definitely down there. I know every Tarantino film has an element of if you know, you know, but they also have a more compelling narrative to back it up. I definitely feel this is more for a niche audience, which is ironic considering that this feels like the most publicized Tarantino film, and thus it feels more mainstream. And an even bigger ironic twist, this film birthed the iconic DiCaprio pointing meme, which is used to signal like when we recognize a reference of the things that we know. And I think that's exactly the reactions that Tarantino is expecting with this movie. Now that I've shared my thoughts, what are yours? Keep the conversation going in the comments. And if you're as addicted to film as I am, don't forget to follow for more. Thanks for watching.